Hello guys, how are you? Teacher Aman here. So today I will share you on how to use ChatGPT to practice your IELTS speaking exam. So I think ChatGPT is quite good. It can act as an IELTS examiner, but it's not perfect. It's not very close to the real IELTS examiner, but I would say it's quite okay to use as a speaking practice buddy. It won't be as good as an actual qualifying teacher listening your answer and then giving you feedbacks on how to improve. But I would say that if you give a proper prompt, it will do exactly what is told, and then it can give you some feedback on your speaking, depending on the criteria used in the real IELTS exam. Okay, so let's go to ChatGPT. Okay, and then you may have to log in to your account, or create an account if you don't have one. And then I'll give you the prompt. Okay, so here is the prompt. You are a certified IELTS speaking examiner. So I'm telling the ChatGPT to act like the IELTS speaking examiner. I would say, please simulate a full IELTS speaking test, part 1. So you should ask about 8 to 10 general questions for about 5 minutes. Ask me one question at a time, record my response, and give me a score after the full test, and provide realistic, constructive feedback. So use the official IELTS scoring criteria: fluency, coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range accuracy, and pronunciation to evaluate my performance. Okay, so I would set the ChatGPT this prompt, and then it will start to act like an IELTS examiner. So it's thinking, I think. Maybe it can take a while sometimes. So it's starting now. So now saying, so first thing first, it asks me about my name, right? But I think it's better if it's in the voice mode, right? Because like in the IELTS speaking exam, you don't see the answers, right? You just hear the answers. So I think it's better to practice your listening skill as well, when you're practicing your speaking skills, right? So let's go to voice mode. Begin the IELTS exam now.
Of course. Let's get started. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Yes, my name is Amen. Yes, my friends call me R, so you can also call me R if you like.
Thank you, R. It's nice to meet you. 2. Where are you from?
I'm from Yangon, so it's in a country called Myanmar. So it's in the Southeast Asia. You might not know it, but it's near Thailand. So you might know Thailand, right? So it's a popular tourist destination, and my country is just next to it.
Yes, indeed, I do know Thailand, and I appreciate the way you've explained your location. 3. Do you work or are you a student?
Well, I'm working right now because I just finished my master degree. So it was really long. It took me about 3 years to finish the master degree. And then after that, I started working as an interpreter. And then I'm also working as a teacher as well. So I'm teaching and training my students, how to pass the IELTS exam with great marks.
That's wonderful. It sounds like you had quite a journey from your studies to your current roles. What do you enjoy most about your job as an interpreter?
Well, I think that, seeing different kinds of people from different background is really interesting. I work in a hospital. I translate and interpret between doctors and the patients. So the patients are all from different parts of the country, and they are even from different ethnic backgrounds. And to listen to their life story, and to listen to where they come from and how they made it here is really, really interesting, and sometimes even inspiring for me.
That does sound both fascinating and meaningful, especially in a hospital setting. 5. Let's talk about your free time. What kinds of activities do you like to do when you're not working?
Well, when I'm not walking, I love hiking. At the weekends, I usually go hiking with my friends. We try to find a new spot, that's famous, that's we heard of, that's beautiful. And then we would climb those mountains, and sometimes we even do camping in the forest near the mountain. So I think it's really peaceful, and I'm always looking for ways to connect with the nature, and the hiking makes me feel one with the nature.
That sounds like a fantastic way to unwind and stay active. 6. Do you prefer hiking in large groups or just with a couple of close friends?
I prefer hiking with close friends because, well, I think I'm kind of an introvert person. I could be talkative if I'm with the friends I've known for a long time, but it's really hard for me to talk to strangers. So wherever I go, I try to go with my close cycles of friends.
I understand completely. It can be more relaxing and enjoyable that way. 7. Do you think you'll continue living in your current city for a long time, or do you have plans to move elsewhere?
Uh, it's really hard to think about future, right? Right now, I don't know. It's uncertain. Actually, I left this place and I left the friends that I made here. And so I would say if I have a chance, I really love to stay in the city with the same group of friends for a very, very long time. But I don't know what the futures hold, right? Maybe I'll get a new job. Maybe I have to study PhD, then I have to move. So let's see.
That makes a lot of sense. It's always tricky to predict what life might bring. 8. Have you noticed any big changes in your city over the past few years?
Yeah, a lot. When I first arrived here, the city was in development. So I see a lot of construction sites, the traffic jams everywhere because like they are building roads, bridges, subways everywhere, especially at the weekends. But right now, I think most of them are almost finished, and I see the city easing into the traffic, and I see more skyscrapers around me, and the housing projects are fantastic. I see some beautiful tall buildings with swimming pools and the rooftops. So I would say the city became much more developed over the past few years.
It sounds like there's been a lot of transformation, and it's interesting to hear how it's evolved around you. 9. Do you enjoy the new developments, or do you miss how it was before?
I really enjoy the new development. In the past, I used to hate those construction sites. I mean, the noise and the air pollution it emits. It's miserable. And there are lots of workers and machineries. They're shouting and whirring all the time. So those things that I wouldn't say I'm really comfortable with, but right now I see the city becoming more and more calm and quieter in terms of noise pollution and cleaner in terms of air pollution.
That's great to hear. It sounds like the improvements have really enhanced your quality of life. 10. Lastly, if someone were visiting your city for the first time, what would you recommend they do or see?
Well, I would definitely say CN Tower is the tallest tower in the North America. You can really enjoy the skyline of Toronto. You can see the horizon from over there. I would say go there at the sunset. The sky, it's colorful at the time. Maybe you can see a hues of pink, red, and blue. And you can also see the lakes, oversee the lake, and then some sailing boats, some yachts, and just you can even see the people, crowds of people, walking on the street like they're tiny ants from above the CN Tower. So I think it's really what the view. Yeah, the view is really mesmerizing there.
That sounds like a spectacular experience and a wonderful recommendation for visitors. Thank you so much for all your answers. Now, I'll give you an overall evaluation based on the official IELTS criteria. Fluency and coherence, you spoke quite naturally, providing detailed and relevant answers. There was a clear flow to your responses. Occasionally, there were minor hesitations, but nothing that disrupted comprehension. Lexical Resource, you used a good range of vocabulary, describing your experiences and opinions clearly. There were a few informal phrases, but they still fit well within the context. Grammatical Range and Accuracy, your grammar was generally very good, with only a few minor slips. You used a variety of structures, including complex sentences, which added depth to your responses. Pronunciation, your pronunciation was clear and you were easy to understand. There was some natural rhythm and intonation which made your speech engaging. Overall, I'd estimate your performance around a band 7. You've shown strong English skills with just a few minor areas to polish. Great job, and keep practicing.
Okay, so that was it. That was great, right? My IELTS speaking score was 7.5, so it's close, right? It predicts that I'll get a band score of 7.5, so I'm good with that. And I would say that, yeah, you can really simulate it. It can really act like IELTS examiner. Although that in the real IELTS, there it's not a two-way, right? Here, ChatGPT is, trying to have a conversation with you, right? Like absorbing what you say and then trying to echo it. But in the real IELTS test, they don't do that. They just listen and then move on to the next question because they just want to know what you sound like. They just want to know. They just want to give you a score, right? They are not really trying to get to know you or something like that. So, but ChatGPT is more polite, right? It's more like a human instead of an examiner. So, yeah. But all in all, I would say practice with ChatGPT. I think it's beneficial. It can give you quite good feedbacks, and at least it motivates you to speak, right? So, yeah. Try it, and then I'll give you the prompt, right? I'll give you the prompt in my title or in the comment. So please check it. Okay. Thank you very much. That's all for today.